Hey, good morning, Northeast Wisconsin. Welcome to it. NewLivingNow.com. Wednesday morning, the downward spiral to the weekend has begun. My name is Chris Carson, and I'm a local real estate agent here in Northeast Wisconsin.
I'm Carrie Bedore, and I'm a marketing professional.
Hey, we got things to talk about today. I've got a couple lists. Going to give you the choice on which one we go with today. Yeah, putting you in the driver's seat. Not very often I hand over the steering wheel, but I'll do it here for just a little bit. We need to talk about the happenings, some stuff that's going on. McDonald's, I don't know if is that in your news? McDonald's got a burger situation. Wisconsin's one of the states. There's like a handful of states, the Quarter Pounder.
Yeah, I did. I did read that, but I didn't put it in.
Yeah, we'll dive into those details in just a little bit as we get rolling here. Weather-wise, a beautiful day today. High of 60, fantastic. Tomorrow going to be a little bit wet. Temperatures start to drop. Fast forward to Saturday, going to be one of those chilly Halloweens. While a good portion of the country is like having their hottest Halloween that they've ever had, like 90s.
It snowed last year.
Here? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like I've been through a couple Halloweens where there's been flurries, if anything. But yeah, get chilly. We'll have another one of those. We do not get to have a 90-degree Halloween. So you're going to need that extra layer when you're out and about. Getting yourself dressed up. Good morning and happy birthday to you if it's your special day today. Thanks for giving us a couple minutes of your special day. I hope it goes super well for you and you get all the stuff that you're hoping for. A few famous people that you're sharing the day with. This guy.
Oh,
yeah, I know. I do that too. I blush over him too a little bit. I ain't gonna lie.
You know, I didn't realize he was married to Anna Faris.
At one point.
Was it him? Yeah. No, he was dating Scarlett Johansson.
Oh, ScarJo.
Yeah.
I believe that. Yeah, I don't keep track of that, but
there was
I can
something
see
about
that
like famous breakups, and I was surprised that Ryan Reynolds he was with Scarlett and then he's with Blake.
That's one of those rabbit holes where if you have the time, you can really like get in deep with famous people and who they've dated and be like, oh my God, like you get into the Johnny Depps and like who's Johnny Depp?
I know, right?
Dated.
Yeah.
You know, who's Leo dated?
Leo.
You know, like those can be deep holes and you can talk about that stuff forever.
He's gotten better looking as he's aged.
Oh yes. He's the
he's dapper.
What's the guy, the commercial guy, the whiskey, the guy that always looks prim and proper. Damn it. Yeah, anyway, think on it for a second. But he's that guy.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, just gets better. Yeah. Fine wine, fine
Ew.
whiskey. Weird Al, 67.
He's so weird.
Did you ever own one of his albums?
What was the Michael Jackson one?
Yeah, that one.
That one.
that one. I had that one.
And then
what was that called? It was Thriller, but his was Eat It. No.
Oh, yeah.
Just
Eat
It.
Eat It.
Just Beat It.
Yeah.
It was just Eat It.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the Thriller one was.
Dude, I like the song that he did when he was like white and nerdy instead of rolling dirty. He did white and nerdy, and he like he's rolling in on his launmower, and
nice.
He's got it like tricked out. So
nice.
He's weird, but I appreciate his humor and his talent. So
absolutely. I feel like he's very much.
He owns it.
He owns it. He's great at it. And he turned it into something where even other artists, like they realize that you've made it once Weird Al's done your stuff. Like I love that.
True.
Like when, it's like Eminem, you are amazing in all of the other regards, but you didn't make it until Weird Al does one of your songs. And
right.
and they all recognize that. Other artists recognize that. So that's kind of super
It's kind of
cool.
like what TikTok is.
Sure.
It's like a combination of Weird Al and Milli Vanilli.
That's pretty funny right there. I love that. Nick Bosa, I just like the guy. Hell of a player. Would be awesome if somehow he made his way over to the Packers at some point. But he's 27 years old, that fellow there. Happy birthday. Hope you have a fantastic day. You want to sing? Did you say you wanted to sing?
I didn't.
I thought I heard it. I heard you say you wanted to sing there. Boston Cream Pie Day.
I've never had a piece of that ever.
I don't know that I have either, but I feel like if you've had a donut that's got the Boston cream and the chocolate on it, I feel like it's all going to be the same, right?
Too wet.
I'm sorry, what?
It's too wet.
I
It's too wet.
That right there would be a me. I mean, just because it's wet, I feel like it's going to be fantastic.
No,
It's too wet.
It's
God,
too wet.
that is the nastiest. For the rest of my life, every time I look at a cake and a pie, I'm just going to be like, well, is it too wet or isn't it?
It is. It's too wet.
Yeah, I don't know about all that. Medical Assistance Recognition Day. Those that are crossing the T's and dotting the I's and taking care of those things that the rest just don't want to. Tip of the cap to you. Over the past several years, I've gotten the opportunity to meet several of those people in those positions, and they're amazing. They are definitely
They get the whole week. It looks like. Oh, no, the third
recognition
week.
day. Yeah, maybe the whole. Give them the whole week. Give them the whole.
I
month.
just thought I saw in there the third full week, and I was thinking it was the whole week.
It may be an iPod day.
Oh,
Never had one.
no,
Never had an iPod.
I did.
Nope.
I remember when when the kids got iPods and they could actually connect to the internet before iPhones. And I realized that I needed to put some safety features on there when they're searching on the internet. And I had boys.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
At least it doesn't have to get, when you're that young and it's boys, it doesn't have to get too raunchy. I mean, it can just take a steamy magazine cover to get things rolling.
Well,
I mean, let's be honest.
The internet.
Back in the day, the TV guide used to get a little hot.
No, the Sears catalog.
Yeah, it was the Sears catalog, for sure. For sure. Oh, my God. Mom got the Victoria's Secret magazine. Why is that here?
Why do they go to the bra section
So
of the Sears
weird.
catalog?
And it's horror movie day.
Oh,
We know Care Bear loves her horror movies.
I watched a terrifying one this weekend that I've never seen before. And it's so the ones that scare me the most are the ones that are like devils and demons and people get possessed because it's super scary. And I watched one that just messed with my head that I had a hard time falling asleep at night. Like I actually thought about it again this morning.
Really?
Yeah,
Which one was that?
It's called Hereditary with Toni Collette, and she is a mother that all of a sudden her kids start dying all around her, and you realize it's because she's possessed by the devil and she's actually killing her own children.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wowza.
It was
Little
terrifying.
mind effers.
It really was. And there was a
Those are
part
the worst.
where the brother walked in, and then they did like seances and stuff and tried to bring like
Sure.
the dead back. So that's creepy too. But there's one part, and it was filmed really, really well. And I think that has a lot to do with it, like when it really gets into your head. And there was this one part where the son walks into the living room and they have big vaulted ceilings, and she's standing in the corner, in the top, like levitating, like really high, and he can't find her, and she's just hanging there and not saying anything. And I'm like, she's over there, like, be careful. Oh my God, I'm like getting freaked out thinking about it right now. Whoa.
Yeah?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, the psychological ones are the worst. Those are by far the worst.
I have the heebie-jeebies right now thinking about it.
Really?
Seriously.
Then
It was-
it's definitely not one that I want to run and see. Like, nope, I don't want to. You know what? You told me enough.
Yeah.
I don't need that. I don't need that planted in my head. I've got enough going on in there. Definitely don't need that. But
Yes.
yeah, so there's a few special days there. What's your favorite horror movie? Let us know in the comments below. Would love to know that you're here. You can also hit that like button. Would love to
What
to
is
see
your
that.
favorite?
I'm sorry?
Do you have a favorite?
My favorite horror flick?
I know you don't love them, but
So as far as the scariest, the ones that I feel like that have left a bit of a scar, I guess. Like, oh yeah, it was Gremlins and Freddy, the one where it was the dreams.
sure.
Those two were the ones that really messed
So,
with
like,
me the
old
most that I
school.
can remember. Yes. And then as far as like the newer movies, some of them it's just like so unbelievable. It's like, yeah, I get wrapped up in it a little bit.
Did
but-
you ever get into the Blair Witch? Did you watch the Blair Witch?
So
show?
that was a little bit like
a psychological thriller.
yes.
Because if you put yourself into it, like you were watching videotapes, I thought that was brilliant in the way that they just did something different.
Yeah.
But I thought it was real at first.
Amityville Horror.
Oh, that one's scary too.
That one.
And
was
they've
pretty
remade that a
scary.
couple of times.
Yep.
And that's
And it's scary every time they make it. So it's just that's one of them too. But really, I don't jump into a ton of them just because I don't need that to get in my head.
See, I don't like the slasher movies. I don't like the blood and gore. It's
Yeah.
more of like the ghost and the haunting and the possession, like all of those things. Those are the ones that get me.
Yeah.
But like the gore stuff, like Saw, to me is kind of like I watch it, but I'm like, ew.
Yeah, but that's very much psychological.
Oh, for sure.
That is like
but I don't
super
like
mess
the
with your
gore.
head. See, the gore part, I feel like some of it, I can handle. Like when you got Quentin Tarantino gore, like his kind of gore is different from the rest. His, I know, is like extreme. So when I watch it, as disgusting as it is, when you see like a shotgun blast and you see the blood splatter and all this stuff, like it's so extreme and it's like, okay, I get it.
Right.
It's easier for me to deal with versus like little subtle bloody stuff.
Sure.
And then just the psychological stuff, the mental stuff. That's the stuff that really gets me all twisted up. And then I'll be thinking about that and have that in the back of my head.
Yeah.
So that's no good for me. So it's really, horror flicks are just not something that I'm going to run to by myself. That's going to be a date night movie if I'm with some people, and that's the plan, to watch that. But I am never going to watch a scary movie, just rent it by
purpose.
myself, go to the movies. Yeah, never by myself, just because I don't need that in my head. That's just how it goes. I'll live vicariously through you, and clearly the one that I've got goosebumps because you've got the goosebumps.
I still have goosebumps. Just honestly thinking about it, it was terrifying.
Anybody else seen it? We should check it. Let's.
Hereditary. It's old. It's not brand new either. So my oldest son Ty came home.
Yeah.
And he's the one that suggested it because he doesn't like it. Or he doesn't like him either. And I'm like, oh, now I want to watch it. He's like, fine. I couldn't find it anywhere. So I ended up renting it on Amazon. And the way it was filmed really added to the psychological piece because it was very like cinematic, slow motion, so everything moved kind of slow and there was a lot of quietness. So it's, like not a lot of movie playing and stuff like that. So you just get in your own head, like you're just like anticipating it. So
like the movie with Sandra Bullock, the one where she couldn't see Bird
Box,
mm-hmm. Like stuff like that. It's not. I mean, it's scary, but yes, that kind of stuff messed with me. Like that, I found like, oh my God,
and
that was
M.
kinda
Night
terrifying.
Shyamalan, he does a really good job.
Yeah, he messes with me.
Well, he messes because what they do, one thing that I think they do that some of these writers do that really mess with your head is they don't. It's like you knew in the Mel Gibson one, Signs, you knew there were aliens there. Okay, so he could have had little aliens running all over the place, but that's not the way it was filmed. It was like all these little subtleties, like the sounds and the noises and like the little pieces that you would hear, and those were the things that were kind of like messing with your head. And then that one part where they show it on the TV screen where they capture one like walking, and what do you see one behind me?
Oh no, yeah, don't turn around.
You looked at me like you're freaking me out.
I was waiting for you to say that your spot in that movie, because there's one moment in that movie that of top 5, like it scared the bejesus.
When they're at the birthday party and he's walking by and you see they got the guy on film.
Where was he though? Which I don't know if that's the same scene. The one I'm talking about, the alien was on the roof.
Okay, that I know which one
they
you're
did a pan through, and there you just saw it was a quick pan, and you watched.
You could see him on the roof.
The silhouette.
Yep,
that's it. That right there. Oh my God, that scared the bejesus out of me. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember laying in bed. I was watching that in bed by myself the first time.
You put tinfoil on your head, didn't you?
Maybe I thought about it for a second.
You're like, where's the Reynolds wrap?
Listen, dude, if you die right now because of a heart attack and people have to come in here, they're going to want to know. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. So, all right, that said, horror movies. What is yours? Oh, Erica says funny games. Funny games.
No, but if you're suggesting it, Erica, I'm definitely watching it. So
scary movie night at Erica's house?
No, she's leaving for Amsterdam.
Oh, hey, fun.
On Friday.
Oh, go you.
Yeah.
So then, movie night at Erica's house?
What's your garage code?
What is it again? Where do you guys have the key hidden? Anyways, yeah, so horror movies. Let us know what yours is below. News, what you've got. What have you got? Care Bear.
The Bucks are playing tonight.
What is that?
Woohoo. So excited. They're not getting a lot of love.
Who's not? What?
The Bucks.
What do you mean they're not getting a lot of
They're
love?
not getting a lot of love.
As far as what?
They're pretty much saying that, the team has not been able to make it past the first round in the last 3 years. And so there's people that are kind of ranking them like 7th in the NBA. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Because Dame is coming into play. Giannis is rehabbed. They've got
Well, you know what? You know what you've got? You've got some games in front of you and the opportunity to prove the haters wrong.
Absolutely.
And set things right.
Absolutely.
So there you go.
Yeah. So they play the 76ers tonight. They open at home in Fiserv on Friday. So we are in basketball season. And
Did you get tickets? Are you going?
no, I'm not going. I wanted to go. One of the reasons we're not going is because Derek's flying home from Nebraska. Or where is he? Nebraska? Omaha? Nebraska? No. Oklahoma. He's
One
in
of those
Tulsa.
places.
I don't even know where,
Where is he?
Where is he at?
Did you just sing a John Denver song?
That sounds like it. Did you hear that Rosie O'Donnell's daughter was arrested in Marinette on drug charges?
Something popped up and she had put out
A statement
a
on
statement
it.
on it. I
Yeah.
didn't read into it. I'm
Yeah.
like, you know what? CARE's going to have the information.
Well, I was really surprised that. Well, I mean, it was interesting to see ties from someone of the likes of Rosie O'Donnell to Northeast Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Not in a positive way, but it doesn't sound like this is the first time that this has happened. And I actually read the article, and the accounts made me think of that scene in Breaking Bad when they have the meth heads with the little kid, where Jesse goes in and the house is all dirty and there's crap all over the place. It kind of sounds It kind of sounds like that's what their house looked like. Like moldy dishes, rotten milk, baby in there, meth. So
That's
not a good situation. So her getting busted might be a really good thing, for her. And
that's usually what you have to do for those
For those
individuals in
people.
those types of situations. You got to hit rock bottom, and you got to get to that spot before you can go up. But
Right.
wish them the best. I hate to see anybody
nobody
suffer
wants
with.
to see that, especially when
with any
there's
of that.
children involved, because there was a kid there. So get them out of that situation and get them into something better. So, and with that being said, Saturday is actually drug take back day in Wisconsin. So if you're cleaning out your cabinets, they're really encouraging you to safely deposit or safely dispose of your expired, unused, unwanted drugs, over-the-counter medicine. So you can go and drop those off all over the place. So there's stuff that you can go. I usually just toss mine, but I guess that's not a good habit to do.
Because you just never know. It could always end
know.
up in the wrong place.
Or you just don't. So, there's with the hurricane and everything down in Florida, a lot of standing water, and now they're starting to see flesh-eating bacteria causing some life-threatening situations and issues with animals and stuff like that. So it's just kind of
Still a lot of
creepy.
water hanging out, huh?
I think it's just like those pools,
Sure.
like,
Yeah, I suppose.
the
those lower
surge
spots.
comes in and, things just not getting dried and everything out there. So just kind of crazy when you're hearing about that. Hey, when's the last time you've been to Walmart?
Are you going to make fun of me if I say like every other day?
Do you really go every other day?
Yeah, I do.
Do you?
At least.
You're a Walmart?
Well, I go to all of the stores every other day. I don't shop a ton. Well,
In bulk.
on rare occasion, I'll do the bulk and get a bunch of stuff. But most of the time, it's what are we going to have for dinner tonight? I've got what I need for the next 2 days, and I'll swing back in. That's usually how it goes.
Oh, I get it. Well, next time you're at Walmart, did you know that you can buy a tiny house there?
Negative.
Yeah. Well, maybe
Really?
maybe it's not in store. Maybe it's online. But you can buy a tiny house on Walmart.com for under $16,000.
What?
They don't suggest
Really?
that it's good for really frigid temperatures, and hurricane and tornadoes aren't going to live up to it, but 16 grand. So then I was curious, and I said, well, if Walmart sells them, Amazon has to sell them, which they do, and they range anywhere from $10,000 to $50,000. So you can purchase these pre-assembled homes, and you literally get like a little cabin, like
Oh
a
my
little,
God.
little
Let
house.
me see if I can pop this. I just pulled up a picture here. Let me see if I can
You can pull one up.
if I can share this here.
Well, and it's really interesting because when you see these houses,
Can you see that?
oh, I can see. I can't see it on the screen.
All right. Let's add that in. There we go.
There we go. Oh
There
yeah,
we
look
go.
at that. Yeah,
Huh.
right? Like it's better
A
than
little two-story shack. How many square feet is that bad mamma jamma?
does it say?
Under 100 square feet.
Yeah, that's little.
So it's little.
It's
I
a
don't know.
tiny house.
I don't know if a family of several would fit in there, but
I mean, it's better
see, no,
than
that's not bad right there. If there was that setting,
yeah,
the beach
like
setting,
I could do that.
100%. Yeah, I'm down with that. Come on.
Yeah, you pay 10 grand for your house, but $1 million for your for the location there, right on
That's
the
why
beach.
you find some rich dude that's got a place like that, and you just say,
Like,
"Hey, you know what, man? Can
can
I
I-
borrow a few square feet over here?
Can I
I'll
like
rent
pour a
that."
slab and
Yeah, yeah.
can I use your bathroom every day?
No kidding.
So yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting to see that. So check this out. A man broke into a woman's home,
Oh,
and guess what he did? And mind you, they posted his mugshot, and he was actually pretty handsome. If I honestly, he was actually pretty handsome.
he cleaned her house and folded the laundry.
He did the laundry, put the groceries away, and
Oh,
cooked
shut
her
up.
meal.
Shut up. Are
Yeah,
you serious?
I am dead serious.
How did I guess that?
I'm like, why did she call the cops? He clearly had good intents, and he was not bad looking. She didn't have to go and put him in jail. I'm just kidding.
Okay, so why did this happen?
I don't know. He's just not all there. He just
Went into somebody's house to clean it.
clean it and cook dinner.
What?
Mental health issues.
Well,
Clearly.
issues or not, if when he gets out, can
Yeah.
we give him my address? Because I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Dude, you want to come clean my house?
Cook you some
Come and
laundry.
do it.
Yeah.
I got nothing to hide. Come
That's-
on, man.
That's what he was. That's what
I'm
he
not
did.
calling the cops. I'm like, what? Are you kidding me?
So listen to this.
I'm
My
listening.
last little piece of news.
I'm listening.
Aged cheese is a thing, right?
Oh, yeah.
How old is too old?
I have no idea. I feel like the hard cheeses, you can just scrape off the mold and eat it, right? So I guess until it's so moldy, you can't eat it.
Would you eat it?
Yeah, I have eaten, scrape off the mold and then eat the cheese.
Well, in Egypt,
Yeah. Oh,
they found the world's oldest piece of cheese, 3,200 years old. And they're not advising you to eat it, though.
you know what? I probably pass on that
I'm
one.
just saying.
Can you imagine the kind of foot that thing has to smell like?
Oh, my
Ooh,
God. Right?
God.
Isn't that bad?
Famunda.
Yes.
Oof, yucky.
All right, so events.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow is the chili cook-off that's benefiting the Jawabni family over at Berkshire. So I'm gonna go drop off some chili over there, and probably enjoy some of the chili that is there. So if you're interested, go out there from 11 to 2 at Berkshire on Aerotech Drive. They're gonna be raising some money for that amazing family and that young boy in his recovery efforts that he is making huge strides on. So Thursday, tomorrow, is also the trick-or-treating at the ballpark for the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. On Friday, they have a zombie shootout at the paintball park in Little Swamico.
Nice.
That would just be so fun to do.
That would be fun.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Ah, for sure.
I guess it's really just they just got right into
Sure.
Walking Dead. So
Sure.
I'm like, that's why Halloween time is fun because they do all these like offbeat things along those
Yeah,
lines.
that'd be great fun.
I know, right? At the Green Bay's Children's Museum, they're doing something called they're calling it the Boozeum, and you can go there for a dose of gross. God, they do such good wordplay during this time of year too. So
A dose of gross is pretty good. That is
a
good.
dose of
I
gross
do like
at the
that.
Boozeum.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
that
good.
is- that's
Settle down.
that's brilliant. I love it. North
Tell
Shore
she's in
Bank.
marketing.
I am in marketing, right? North Shore Bank also has their Zubu at the new zoo, so that's going on. And Appleton is doing their pub crawl in downtown Appleton. There's a bunch of bars that are participating in the pub crawl right downtown. Hickory Hills Golf Course is doing haunted cart rides on at night throughout the golf course, and I saw some pictures of it, and it's actually pretty cool. The golf carts are all lit up, and they've got like little scenes, and they take people out on the golf course and do their little Halloween stuff, which I thought was pretty cool. Packers are, of course, playing Jacksonville. They're away, so they're not going to be here, but there is a watch party over at Stadium View. That's actually one of my favorite places to kind of watch the game, like around the
Stadium View?
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a good spot. They got a good thing going on there for sure.
I just think it's like that whole area right there. They usually have like the live band outside, and it's just a fun area.
Yeah,
So,
even when it's away games, there's still stuff going on.
right. And then lots of trick or treating. And if you check out our Facebook page, newlivingnow.com, we have a reel up there that has all the areas and the trick or treating time that's happening. So you can make sure that you have your candy ready because there are some trick or treating already starting this weekend. So,
Yep.
so go and check that out. You can check out newlivingnow.com and our events page where we link you up to everything that's happening in Northeast Wisconsin.
All right. So speaking of candy, well, you know what? We'll let you pick
Okay.
because we'll do the other one later. So healthiest candy
Healthiest candy?
of the year.
That sounds like an oxymoron.
Well, healthiest candy, and or top costumes for the year. What do you want to jump into?
Top costumes.
Want to do top costumes? All right, then we'll do healthy candy later.
Okay.
Do healthy candy on Friday. But yeah, are you doing any costume stuff? You got any parties? Someone says, "Hey, last minute, let's have a party."
Oh, I'll probably just dress up just to be like, "Happy Halloween, Carrie!" Like, you look good this year.
Like, are you talking to yourself in this
Yeah.
situation? Like when you walk by the mirror
I
at
did that
home?
like 2 years ago. I had no party to go to, but I just dressed up, and then I walked out. And Jeremy's like, "Where are you going?" I'm like, "Nowhere. I just wanted to put Halloween stuff on."
Oh my God, that is so sad.
I know, and I took like selfies, and I
Oh
didn't
my
even
God.
post them or nothing. I know.
That is the saddest thing I've heard
I know.
in a long time.
I
You
know.
poor thing.
You know, poor me.
Top costumes.
Ooh.
According to Google. So, of course, getting searched out on Google.
I really like
That's where
that
this went.
graphic. That like
Thanks. Thanks. I did it myself.
you did not.
Drew it and everything.
Is that your hand?
That's my hand.
Did you like?
I actually killed
ate it.
somebody. That's, yeah, real blood and everything. All right. So, top costumes. Number 10, Lady
Lady
Deadpool.
Deadpool.
And there's a few in here that I've never heard of. And
Is there actually a Lady Deadpool?
I think, didn't she make like an appearance in one of them at one point?
I never watched Deadpool.
I don't know. What?
I've
Oh,
never seen
my
it.
God. What?
I know, right? And it's really weird because I like the Marvel movies, and I've never watched Deadpool.
You would love it. You would absolutely love it
I'm sure I would.
because it's his humor and it's like, how have you not? Weird.
I
Goodness
know.
gracious. She's number 10. Sabrina Carpenter, pop singer. I'm like, what? Really? She's worthy of a Halloween costume, but
Really?
according to Google, sits at the number 9 spot. So I thought that was interesting. Dr. Doom.
Doctor Doom.
The Marvel's character, who I believe it was announced a couple months ago that Robert
Yeah,
Downey is going
Downey
to be
Jr. is
doing
gonna
that
do
role. So number 7.
I do like his costume. Like, I feel like that would look really, really great on a hunky, muscular man.
And that's where we go with this stuff.
I mean, I'm just saying, like,
Yeah. The sexiness of the costume.
you would look really good as Doctor Doom. I'm not saying you, but that
Yeah.
was mean. I didn't mean it like that.
That was way mean. How do I not have a drinking problem? Seriously. Oh, wait. The Red from The Descendants. Do you know who this is?
No clue.
Yeah, another one. Another one that's got a lot of searching. No idea who it is, but evidently number 6. And I mean, these are good to know because
This makes me feel old.
right.
I do feel
Right,
old.
so I feel like this is as fun as it is to just chat about it. I feel like it's a bit of a public service announcement for those of us that are a little older that are going to have the kids come into our doors, and we're going to have no idea who they are. You know, well now here you've got a few ideas. You'll know.
I will say that costume is gorgeous. Like the red hair, the red leather, and I love the background. Like it's a gorgeous costume. It would look it's fabulous.
So will you be doing the red at the house this year when you walk out by yourself enjoying? No, not going to do the red. I think you should be all right. Envy, Inside Out 2. She's I think
I
this
don't
is
even
number
know any of
5.
these people.
Well, I know Envy from Inside Out.
I never watched it. I have no clue who this is.
Okay, well, it's actually really funny. Good show. The cartoons. You got to let's watch that. So that's in there. How about Pomni? The Amazing Digital Circus.
What is this stuff?
Most Googled costumes for
You know
the
why
year of
people are Googling it?
2024.
Because they don't know who the hell it is. Mic drop.
So I guess we're done with costumes now.
I don't know who this is.
I don't either, but I'm just saying.
I
So
know.
when she shows up at your door asking for a
Be like,
Snickers,
"Oh my God, it's
you're like,
Pomni."
"Oh, you're Pomni," and then they don't egg your house because they think you're cool. You know, you don't get any rolls of toilet paper. How about Dolores?
That's cool.
Beetlejuice. It's one of the tops. Catnap from a video game. Again.
That
Interesting.
doesn't even look like it could be a costume. Like, who would want to walk around on all fours like that?
Catnap's going to show up, and you're going to be like, "Hey, you're Catnap."
Ray gun. That's funny.
Ray Gun, yeah. The Olympic break dancer.
That's funny.
Big one. And then
Shrunken head.
Shrunken Head Bob.
I knew Beetlejuice
number 1.
was the number one Googled.
Yep, number 1 Google.
I saw a different poll that Beetlejuice was, Beetlejuice and Wicked were the two really maybe the most purchased, maybe not the most Googled, but
Yeah. So so Beetlejuice was actually number 1 last year.
really.
He was, which was crazy. This year, not even in the top 10. But all of his cast and
Are
crew
you
is.
dressing up?
I am not.
No.
No. I mean, if it comes down to it, I've got a few wigs laying around. I could throw something together, but at this point, I have no plans.
No plans.
I'm just going to get dressed and just walk around my house and gaze at myself in the mirror every now and again and laugh.
Yeah.
Maybe have a...
Maybe we could dress up.
sad.
Maybe we could dress up and just send Snapchats to each other. With Snapchat filters that we don't even have to dress up.
That can turn into a way funner party than getting together and actually doing stuff.
Honestly, it probably could.
It probably could. It probably could. So yeah, some of the hot costumes that we've got happening this year. Oh, you didn't? The McDonald's thing? I didn't want to mention that. McDonald's.
Oh yeah, I didn't put it in my news, but it's what they have a
Let folks know.
listeria outbreak on their quarter pounder with cheese.
Yeah.
And I think there's one person in Wisconsin that is very, very ill from it.
Okay. Yeah. Wisconsin and like 4 other states here in the Midwest were the ones that got that have that product that was causing some issues.
So I watched this show on Netflix called Bobby, My Sweet Bobby Bandu. And it is about this lady. She lives in London, who she fell in love with a guy online, and she's Sikh, so their religion and their culture is very much family orientated. So they usually know a lot of the families. So she recognized this man and knew of the prominent family that he came from, and so they had an online friendship. It wasn't romantic at all. They were just like kind of messaging back and forth. And then he proceeded to tell her that she was getting a divorce. And then she was kind of being his friend through the divorce. And then he's like, oh, I'm getting married again. I met this lady. So they carried out this friendship for like 4 years online. And then he abruptly had said now he's getting divorced from the new wife. And then and then she gets a message from another person online that was his cousin saying that there was some type of attempt on his life and he was in danger, and he is at a hospital in New York City and under witness protection. And she was just like, oh my God, like what is happening? And she's like, tell me, how he is and, keep me updated and stuff. So she started getting really close with this cousin. And then she then gets a Facebook message from Bobby, her friend, saying, hey, because I'm in witness protection, I've created a different Facebook account and I can't send you any pictures or anything, but I can talk to you through here. So this went on for 3 years and they fell in love and they got engaged. And
how much money did she lose? What's this? Is that where you're going with this?
No, it gets even crazier.
Oh my God, really?
Yes. So let's fast forward to 10 years. She was in a relationship with this man
that she hasn't met.
So friendship so it was friendship for 5 years and romantically involved or romantic, in love with him for 3 years, engaged for another 2, and never met him, but also never talked to him face to face. And she was intelligent, beautiful, came from a great family, and she kind of explained how she got wrapped up in this. And he said he had a stroke and his voice didn't work, or his voice wasn't good, and so that's why they would just communicate going back and forth. So everything started coming to a head, and she's just like, how can we be together? Oh, back it up. He had a child with the second wife. And so they agreed that they were going to raise.
Crap.
So they agreed they were going to raise the kid together, and she was like picking out outfits for the baby, and then he would send her pictures of the baby in the outfit, and was doing all these things. So her grandmother died that she was really, really close to, and she's like, I need you to be here for me. She's like, I need you. If you love me, you will be here. And he's like, okay, fine, I will come. So he's like, here's my plane ticket. She tracked his plane coming from New York to London. And he's like, I need just a couple days, to get acclimated, and then I'll come and see you. A couple days turned into 3 weeks, and he still didn't come and see her. And she was so frustrated. She went to the hotel where he was staying and said, and went to the front desk, and they're like, no, nobody's here. And he's like, well, that's because I instructed them to not let anybody know that I'm here. So she's like, something's wrong. Like, this is not right. So she hired a private investigator and found out that this gentleman actually lived an hour away from her. Okay. So she got the address. She drove over there, rings the doorbell, and he answers the door. And she's just like freaking out. Like, what? Like, what are you doing? And the wife that he got divorced from comes up with the kid, and she's like, what is going on? He's like, I've never seen this woman before. And she's like, we're engaged. This is your ex-wife. This is your son, da 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 da. And we bought these things together. And so they call the cops, and she's confused and they're confused and they don't know what's going on. So long story short, the woman's female cousin was posing online as this man and messing with her cousin this whole entire time for 10 years. And she had went as far as making 50 or 60 other Facebook accounts that showed them all being friends and coming together, and like other family members of his, and made up this whole elaborate scheme and literally ruined this woman's life. Is that crazy?
What?
I know. It is one of the top movies on Amazon Prime right now. No, on Netflix right now.
What's it called?
My Sweet Bobby.
Oh my God.
I know, right?
So that woman's got to be held criminal. There's got to be some
This is the
criminal something, right?
this is the problem, and this is why they're kind of advocating for it. It wasn't against the law. It wasn't against the law.
Yeah, yeah.
And
That's,
and
is it now?
no,
Like, how
like,
long ago was this?
this was recently happening.
this
So
all
she
happened
did
recent-
she
okay.
did sue her cousin in a civil court
Yeah.
for like mental health
Sure,
because she's like this woman is in her 40s, in her early 40s now, and she's like, I was waiting for him, and she's like, I wanted children, and he said we were going to have them, so she's like, I like literally ruined my life. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to have kids now. So it's just a very, very interesting. So the rule of thumb is if you meet someone online, like, and they say that they aren't going to video you and like have like, that's
I mean,
just,
it happens. I've had that happen to me.
I mean,
I
it's just-
I got in, I've figured it out, and I asked a lot of questions, and like things weren't adding up, so I stuck my nose in, and like,
It just
come to
doesn't-
find out you're lying to me.
it just doesn't make any, it just, I guess I don't know how, I can see how people probably get wrapped up into it, and it's just like one little thing at a time. But the part that's most disturbing is she's like, this was my cousin. This was my female cousin.
Right.
And there were intimate things that were exchanged back and forth. Like
Oh, sure. Dirty pictures.
and,
Oh, yeah. Little sexting.
yeah. And she's just, so she just was
That is
like,
so messed up.
it was
On
really
so many levels.
The storytelling in the documentary was really, really good. They did a really great storytelling on it, but it's just these scammers and these people out there are all over the place. So you just would never expect it to come from like someone in your own circle.
That is
Isn't that
that's
crazy?
That
This
is
a crazy
absolutely
story.
crazy. The things that, God, that just it's so messed up. The things that people will say and do to get whatever satisfaction it is they're looking for, whether it's just to mess with somebody or.
She would sleep. They would keep a Skype open and sleep together.
How?
Like,
What is she watching? How it?
they're not watching anything. It was just like, so you could be there, so I could hear your voice, and I can, and it was
Hear
like
what voice? How could she not?
he wanted to hear her voice. So she would have to say like if she was going to the bathroom or who she was going out with, and so then they would like watch movies together, and she would talk about it and he would respond via texting. So like it was super.
Oh my God.
It was crazy. Just absolutely crazy. There's more details into it that kind of like the little details that pull it all together, but
Messed up stuff that people do, the lies and the BS that people are willing to just throw out there just to.
I give this lady credit for coming and like telling her story, because she's getting judged, and I will admittedly judge her.
Sure.
I judged her. I'm trying to understand how someone who was clearly an intelligent woman, surrounded by amazing family, was, like, this was okay. Like, what do you mean you're engaged to someone that you've never even...
Just some people are very good at being cons, and they're just very good salespeople.
It's so weird. So weird.
Did I ever tell you that there was a woman that said she was pregnant one time?
Yeah, you did tell me that.
Did I?
Yeah.
The one that had the picture, everything?
Yeah, because it was fake, right?
Yeah, the whole thing was fake.
Yeah.
Like I knew for probably a month and a half. Like I told my parents, she had a letter from the doctor. She had gotten letterhead and made a letter out of it saying that she was pregnant. And then there was an ultrasound picture, and she had put her name and stuff up in the corner on the ultrasound picture to make it look like it was genuinely hers with the date. So like I had zero reason to believe that this wasn't legit. Like had told my parents.
That's
and
so
this
sad.
this was before the internet. I mean, this was really like at the very beginning of the internet. So yeah, oh my God, the stories. Let's not even go down that path. Let's not go there. Not enough alcohol in here this morning. It's too early.
It's too early.
All right, you got anything else?
That's a lot today.
Yeah, that's a lot to uncan there, and we'll unpackage that and get some things ready for a Friday show. Until then, though, we appreciate the time that you've spent with us here this morning, or if you're catching the replay throughout the day, do appreciate it again. Let us know, share, like, or feel free to drop a comment. Share your favorite horror flick. Have you been lied to, catfished, and that is crazy. It was her cousin. A woman cousin.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how messed up. Like,
Right.
what did she do to you that you...
And she was significantly younger. So I think she said she was like 15 or 16 years old when she first started the catfishing.
The one that did it, or the one that...
The one that did it. The one that was posing.
Oh, my God.
And one other thing that I left out that was actually interesting is she actually ran into this guy like the first year that they had met. She actually ran into him at a club, and he kind of acted like he didn't know who she was, and she just kind of brushed it off and thought it was because he was drunk, and they weren't, they were just kind of casual friends at that time and just didn't bring it up. But then he ended up living in that town that she was visiting at that time. Like, that's actually where he was from.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it was crazy.
All right. Join us Friday morning. We'll be chatting about Healthiest candies, sharing some coffee, maybe a few more stories as we roll into the weekend. Till then, have yourself a great one, and check out things with newlivingnow.com. Have yourself